Peace, love, and light to all the queen goddesses, to all the beautiful, lovely star seeds, to all my fellow king gods who see the God in me. I see you. I truly love you, my people. My people, I'm going to play a video here for you. Now, before I start that, I want to say this. I only use people videos for educational purposes. I don't care about any money. I don't care about any of that shit. That shit is leaving this planet with the Draconian family. Now, listen, my people, I'm going to play a video for you. Please listen to this with your God-loving heart. Please listen to this with your God-loving heart. It underlines everything that I'm stating to you.
Truth Unveiled here, and today I have a very serious report to share with you. We're going to be talking about all of the monstrosities that are taking place in North Carolina when it comes to not only Hurricane Florence and the power outages and the flooding there, but also the monstrous mosquitoes that are reported to be 20 times larger than normal swarm after the hurricane. Now, I'm also going to be telling you the truth about this and the problem, reaction, solution, because if you think that this is ordinary and that this is natural, it's time to think again, because this is some real serious biological warfare, folks. But I'm here at the Charlotte Observer that says monstrous mosquitoes 20 times larger than normal swarm, Carolinas after Florence. North Carolina has suddenly become a hotspot for some of the largest mosquitoes in the country, known as, quote, mega mosquitoes, due to the rancid puddles left by Hurricane Florence. Now, according to USA Today, it's called an outbreak and it's described as, quote, bloodthirsty, aggressive, and monstrous pests. Now, this is what they're telling us, that the species is called gallinippers and that it can grow 20 times larger than more common mosquitoes, and it has a sting painful enough to feel as though you've been stabbed, and this is according to Live Science. North Carolinians have been posting reports of them on social media within the past week, including Instagram photos showing a very large smashed mosquito on their fingers. Now, this just gives you an idea of the size of how they look, and I'll be sure to link this in the description box below so you can take a look at it on your own time. But I'm going to tell you something, folks. If you think that this is natural, if you think that this is ordinary, if you think that your government does not have a hand in this, it is once again time to think again, because I'm about to show you some things about the biological warfare that your government has been secretly preparing for. And again, it's not a coincidence that all of this is happening right before the national emergency test that's going to be taking place tomorrow, which we're also going to go over. Now, USA Today is calling this a mosquito apocalypse. Now
I told you, my people, that war has started on this planet after September 23rd of 2017, when the great sign of Revelation 12 was in the sky. All evilness should have stopped on this planet from the core to the surface. You don't understand, when that eclipse happened, August the 21st of 2017, before the great sign in the sky, it crossed from the west coast to the east coast on a 33-degree angle. You have 33 vertebrae up your spine. At the top of your spine is your pineal gland. It crossed all those southern states. This is being scientifically and strategically done. What all these artificial races don't understand that's on this planet is that Enki Enlil created you for a purpose. It had nothing to do with money. You had to enslave the god of humanity and her fucking star seeds. This is all about souls and the minerals and the resources that's on this fucking planet. This has nothing to do about money, my people. Wake up! You are not my enemy, artificial race. Even my people, you are not my enemy. We all need to come together. I'm not talking about black people and all other races. I mean, all black people need to come together, and all other races, y'all need to come together and stand up against that moon and that fucking royal family. Listen to me. Please listen to me. This is happening across the globe. Mega super mosquitoes, from all the floods, the little tsunamis, the dead animals. Please, my people, get away from the Gentile. Watch when your kids go to school. Change the way that they eat. Fuck, don't listen. You shouldn't give a damn about how they care. Mom, I want some chips. I want some cookies. I want some soda. Fuck that shit. This here is going to be a disease season. Listen. You don't know, people. that they are already depressed. They already, because they know what's happening. They know what's taking place. The plague is coming. It's going to wipe them off this planet, my people. It's going to wipe them off. And those that walk with the artificial race is going to receive the same fucking treatment. This is not fear mongering. This is being scientifically and strategically done. Look at the southern states. Look at them. Super mega. This is a super mega spider mosquitoes. This is biological warfare. Our star family don't have to come down here. Enki and Enlil is doing this so they can look pleasing in their eyes, so they can do this shit all over again. Because see, they already got the god of humanity and her star seeds where they want them. Where they want them. Looking foolish to our star family. See, that's where they wanted us to look foolish. In the Bible, it said the woman will lead the man to the hellfire. Why the fuck do you think, what was he talking about? He's talking about you, black women. They had to break you because you would never voluntarily lay on your fucking back with one of these beasts. But now you don't give a fuck because all you care about is money. You see? Money is the motherfucking key, guys. That's why this shit is getting destroyed right now. See, Enki and Enlil, what other races using cognitive dissonance don't understand, they want to downsize. Like I said, they want to do this shit all over again to look pleasing in our star family eyes. Get rid of as many of these motherfuckers as we possibly can. That's it. They don't give a fuck about y'all. You have all these underground tunnels that they building and bunkers and shit. That shit ain't working. All that shit is getting shut the fuck down too. I'm telling you, Enki and Enlil can care less about these motherfuckers here. They been lying to the motherfuckers that hear that switch
now,
side.
before we get into the history of our solar system, I want to talk specifically about the bad guys and what's happened to bring us into the space program that we have today. So I'm skipping over all the 5 million years and getting it right up to sort of the last 250,000. But we'll see why I'm doing that a little bit later. The major negative group that we have to deal with is a group that becomes human and they evolve out of reptiles instead of primates and mammals like we have on Earth. So one of the things you find out is there's intelligent life all over our galaxy, but it maintains a hominid form, meaning it has 2 arms and 2 legs. And those forms can evolve out of any of the types of life that we see on Earth in the animal and vegetable kingdom. So you have avian humanoids that look like a human body with a bird head stuck on top. You have aquatic humanoids where they have fish-type heads. There's apparently one type of ET out there that has a head that looks like a sturgeon fish, like you see in Star Wars Admiral Akbar. It's a trap! Remember that one? That's a widely quoted line now, because people think it's so funny. Sort of like Schwarzenegger, get to the chopper. All right, it's another one of those really bad 3-word lines. No, actually that's 4. So, the Draco were recently portrayed in the movie from the Wachowski brothers, the guys who are very much Illuminati and did The Matrix, or they're not the brothers now, right? They're the Wachowskis. Okay? And what we have here is a depiction of the Draco. The movie Jupiter Ascending is about extraterrestrial civilizations that are around the Earth, and we don't know what's going on, and they're working in cloaking, and they have these tall reptilians wearing leather jackets. The wings are wrong, okay, but that basic form is actually what we're dealing with. The face is a little bit wrong, the jaw is a little bit off, it's a little bit too pointy on the chin, and the head kind of slopes back a little too much, but they are very muscular, they're very bulky, and they're 12 to 14 feet tall. These people do exist, and what happened is that they went around our galaxy and they conquered a whole bunch of different worlds, and they plundered genetic material from these worlds. So they looked for the genetics that were the most beneficial to themselves, and then they genetically interbred with those people and mixed their DNA. So what they did also is they were essentially racists, and they preferred reptilian-derived human life. So every place where they went and found a planet that had reptilian-evolved humans on it, they conquered them and mixed their genetics with the native reptilians. So you now have different types of reptilians that are all working together. Now, This immediately crosses over into the David Icke arena, and David Icke, of course, put out this notion that the Illuminati bloodline families are, in fact, shape-shifting reptilian beings. That is apparently not true. Nobody who's real has ever said that that's what's going on. They're normal people. They have some DNA, but we all do. The Draco mixed their genetics with our own. They were one of the races that's called Anunnaki. The word Anunnaki actually means extraterrestrials, and it can refer to any of a variety of different types of beings, not just one type. So, the movie Jupiter Ascending, interestingly enough, Channing Tatum, who we're supposed to feel sympathy for, has devil ears. And again, this is their belief system showing up. So, another type of reptilian, and these are like the slaves now, are reptoids. And there's a difference between reptilian and reptoid. So these types are shorter. They're more like 8 feet tall. And they are considered subservient to the Draco. They're part of the Draco Empire. And they're more like a reptilian merged with a gray. And this is another type of reptoid that also is fairly close to what they really look like. Well, this is scary stuff. So what's happening is that this knowledge that these people are out there has burbled up through history in the idea of what we call demons, in the idea of Satan. All this kind of stuff is based on these people. Jesus was tempted by the serpent in the garden. Eve was tempted by the serpent in the garden. Then you have the Sumerians that talk about a woman called the Lamia, a serpent woman. You have the Hindus that have the Nagas, serpent people. You have serpent beings in the Anunnaki. You have serpent beings that were actually controlling the Mesoamerican step pyramids and demanding human sacrifice. Now here's one of the things that I'm going to leak for you that's brand new, that I just heard about a month ago, and the reason why they're telling us this is because part of their magic is that they have to tell us the truth in order for their magic to work. Now I also believe that in the process of telling the truth, it speeds up a positive outcome, so I don't have a problem with telling you this. Some of these Draco made deals with people here on Earth to give them immortality, using a very advanced technology that to us would be indistinguishable from magic. So I'm literally saying that there are people who are 13,000 plus years old who have been alive this whole time. And what apparently happens is that through this deal that they strike with the Draco, they end up having a super accelerated metabolism, which is almost like a time stasis field that's in their body. And it also is a super healing power. So they are called the old ones or the parents, and they are above the 13 bloodlines. And now this is all starting to come out. I've never heard this before. There's only approximately 20 of these people alive on Earth. We don't even know how many there are because they consider this extremely classified. And they created this relationship with the Draco, making a deal with the devil, literally, if you want to think of it that way. Well, they wouldn't think of it that way. That gave them this highly extended lifespan. They can go into stasis and they can skip over 300 years at a time if they want to. And they actually go into something that looks like a sarcophagus. So this is starting to sound a lot like the vampire legend. And in fact, the whole process of how they extend their lives requires a vampire-like process. Known to no one until this was leaked to me very recently. But they also have groups that help coordinate, and this is before the 13 bloodlines. This is higher than that. Family Masters is the highest level. Then you have trustees. Then you have operatives, and there's a larger number of those. The other two groups, there's only a very small number of them. And then below that, you get your 13 Illuminati bloodline, and those are called the fathers and or the houses. Now, there are names of the Illuminati bloodlines that have been put out on the internet that are wrong. I'm going to give you the correct 13 names. This is another thing that was leaked recently that could get me in a lot of trouble, but because their magic requires our consent, they have to tell us what the real names are. And they also are expecting, by the way, that there's going to be some massive event on Earth where they will be betrayed and they will be defeated, exposed, betrayed, and defeated. But that in the aftermath of that, their religious belief is that they will resurrect and their gods will come to save them, and they will set up their new world order. So they have been taught that they have to actually die, to be exposed, to go on trial, to be sentenced, and to be killed by beheading. In the case of the old ones, the others don't have to have that happen. They would die normally. But these top 20 would have to be beheaded, and that they would then come back. Now, the old ones, or the parents, have had stargates and advanced craft the entire time, and they hid this from the rest of the Illuminati up until very recently. And so a lot of people are really pissed off right now because they did not tell anybody below their own little tiny, tiny circle and the Draco that they actually have had the ability to come and go this whole time, all these years, thousands of years. Now, this is the kind of stuff I could not make up, okay? The Pindar is the head of the Cabal. That's the name of the top person in the 13 bloodlines. And that's what we're now calling Illuminati, would be these 13 bloodlines, the houses. What does Pindar actually mean? It's pretty weird. It means the pinnacle of the Draco, i.e. the number one representative on Earth of the Draco. It also means the penis of the dragon. Now please, Foot, don't go doing that again. The current Pindar, the leader of the Illuminati, now we're being told, is the Rothschild family, so we don't need to look any farther than that. The only guys above the Rothschilds here on Earth would be these old ones, and the family masters and the trustees, but then the Pindar, of course, is the Rothschild, so that's why that name is so prominent. Now, here's the funny thing. The good guy ETs have come back recently, and I don't know why we got a little, oh, that went away, good. We had a little feedback. They have been betrayed by the Draco. This just happened in the last month. The Draco have been cornered, and there's something that's been created around our solar system called the barrier, and all the Draco that are inside our solar system cannot get out. And they are afraid of whatever this arrest scenario is going to be, because they will be held on trial as responsible for these crimes against humanity that they've perpetrated. They do not want this to happen, and they tried to strike a deal with the positive beings saying, if you let us go, we will offer everybody below our own royal caste in surrender to you, to the Alliance. That means the royals are only these 12 to 14 foot tall reptilians. That means they were going to betray the old ones, all of their supplicants who have done this vampire type process to gain immortality. That means all the 13 bloodlines. That means the Committee of 300, all the top Illuminati. Everybody human was betrayed, and this just happened. So the Illuminati is in terrible state of disarray right now. Everything is going nuts. All these sub-factions are forming, and what's going to happen most likely is that they're all going to start exposing each other and betraying each other. So this year is very interesting. This Draco betrayal just happened. It has spread through the ranks. It is very real, and it has changed the game dramatically.
They already knew. Listen, they didn't give a fuck. They said, I'm going to do this shit again. Because, you know what? Listen. When you know you can do this shit again, and it can go for a long period of time, you ain't got no problem downsizing and get rid of your motherfucking artificial race. Come on, man, they switching. Listen, it's just like Games of Thrones. They telling on each other right the fuck now. In the shadows. Telling on each other in the fucking shadows, whether you want to believe that shit or not. They are talking, oh man, maybe I ain't doing shit, he made me do it, he pointing fucking fingers. What the fuck wrong with these people, man? And you know what? I'm talking this shit. And people watch my videos, but like, what the fuck? He crazy. You don't see, you think that it's not a motherfucker that look like a grasshopper that can communicate with you. You think that it's it's not a tall fucking draconian big motherfucker that can communicate, just don't look like you. See, everything has to look like us in order for us to motherfucker accept it. You understand? Why you think they created an artificial race? You fuckers. You don't understand this shit, guys. They knew that we wouldn't be. You think, like I said before in one of my videos, can a praying mantis or fucking draconia or any other fucking tall humanoid can convince us as a race to kill each other, fucking do the most brutal shit to each other, run an economic system on each other? Do you think they can? Fuck no. You understand? Because then they can't convince us about some fake god in the fucking sky. You understand? We'll be looking at each other. Seriously. This is some real shit. I'm talking to you. But no, man, he crazy, man. Who ain't no spaceships up there. Ain't no other life. It's just us. We were born to work on a fucking planet that provide everything for us and just die. You fucking sick. Those that think like that are fucking sick. You are who are the ones that are responsible for the enslavement of your own fucking people. Period. You to respond, get mad at me about Stevie Wonder because I made a mistake and said that he passed away. He was dead to me. Cause listen, how this sound? You get up in the fucking morning. I see the black woman. I see my sister. I see my aunt. Cause get the fuck up early in the motherfucking morning to go to work, and they be angry like, damn, I've been on this job for 20 years doing the same shit repeatedly over and over. And you say this to yourselves continuously, right? But inside your work environment, they got music. You know what I mean? A little slow music that you can put on your desk and listen to your radio. Help you get through the fucking day. Nigga, are you serious? Making your enslavement a little bit more easier. You understand? Put football on fucking Sunday. That way you can talk about football all week while you're at work. Yeah, man, did you see the motherfucking Eagles? Still doing your job on that slave motherfucker platform. But at the same token, you so deeply enslaved that you using football and sports to get you through your fucking work week when you shouldn't even be fucking working. You should be working for yourself. Seriously. But when I talk that shit, y'all can't believe that it's a motherfucker on this planet that's playing with genetics, that done created a fucking system that been here for thousands and thousands of motherfucking years. You all can't believe no shit like that. But see, here it is though. Believe this, my brothers and sisters. This shit is at a fucking end. And all you other races, see you. Peace, love, and light to all the queen goddesses, to all the beautiful, lovely star seeds, to all my fellow king gods who see the God in me. I see you. I love you.